Now, smallest unit is the family. Okay, when more number of family gets developed, it is a clan. Okay, a clan system gets evolved. Now, when there is a clan, okay, there comes one single village. Okay, one single village. Okay, after that, one single village. Now, this village is known as gram. Okay, this is termed as gram. Okay, now this village would be consisting, or the group of village would be consisting of the districts. Okay, now this districts was called as wish. Okay, these districts are called as the wish. Okay, and now this districts would be, okay, covering into a particular region or a kingdom. Okay, this would be converted into a kingdom. Number of districts would be converted into kingdom. Okay, and this kingdom would be headed by Rajan or Raja. Okay, Rajan or the Raja. Okay, so this is the smallest unit. Okay, this is the smallest unit, and this is the largest unit. So this was the societal structure or the structural mandate during that Rigvedic society. Okay, so this clan system, okay, the clan system is the group of families. Many number of families would be encapsulated in the single clan. Okay, and number of clans, okay, number of clans will make one village. Okay, and this village will be known as the gram, and the head of the gram would be called as Gramini. Okay, the head of the gram would be called as Gramini. Okay, after that it is wish, that is the number or the group of the villages is known as district, and this district during that time was known as wish. Okay, now many a times the head of the wish was called as a Wishpati. Okay, Wishpati, and the kingdom, the head of the kingdom was called as the Rajan. Now, although during that period, Rajan was elected or appointed by the people only, okay, but this position was acquired hereditarily. Okay, if suppose now you will ask, ma'am, if it was democratically elected or if it was democratically decided who is to be Rajan, okay, of that particular kingdom, then how the hereditary provision? The answer lies that this Rajan was considered as one type of the warrior only. Okay, one type of the warrior only, and depending upon his guna, depending upon his attitude, okay, depending upon his swabhav or the behavior, okay, he was considered as a Rajan. If he didn't possess all those quality, if he didn't possess all those criterias, he was not going to be a Rajan. Okay, then that particular position would be given to another son, and if there was no son, then again the election used to happen, okay, at the Gramin level. Okay, and this was the cycle that was being carried out in the society. Okay, now this encapsulates your political structure also as well as your social structure also, but in detail we need to get in content. Okay, so the kingdom was governed by the Rajas or the Rajans, okay, and they majorly worship the nature. Now, major of the gods during this time were the Indra Dev, okay, after that Surya Dev, Agni Dev, Vayu Dev, and Varuna Dev. Now, among all this, the Indra Dev was considered as of the most important god or the Dev. Okay, after that it was Agni Dev, okay, Agni Dev and Surya Dev, Vayu Dev, and Varuna Dev. So what is meant by Indra Dev? What is Indra? Indra are the senses, okay, the senses which should be powerful or alert during the significant times, okay, and that is why they prayed for the Indra Dev. Now what is Surya Dev? The sun who rises and gives the life to each of the object that is available on the earth, living and non-living. Okay, after that the Vayu Dev, that is wind, okay, Agni Dev, that is fire. After that, Varuna Dev, okay. So all these are the natural gods, okay, and they worship the natural elements that were available in the nature, okay. Beyond that, there were many of the occupations or the responsibilities given to the common people, okay. For example, in the society we have blacksmiths, right? We have what we call as carpenter, we have goldsmith, we have barber, right? So the barber was called as the vapta, okay. Weaver was called as the tatutvaya, okay. Blacksmith was called as karmara, carpenter was called as a takshan, okay. So these were the essential names of during that time, of during Vedic times, okay, Rigvedic times, okay. So this can also be asked. Now we have completed the names of the rivers, the ancient names of the rivers. Here are the names of the occupations that were carried during this society. Now, when we need to talk about the political structure, I have discussed with you all the tiers of the political structure. What is at the village level, what is at the district level, what is at the kingdom level. Okay. Now, there also we have 3 tiers in the government. Okay. Now, when we come at the village level, okay, we come at the village level. Now majorly the Rigvedic period, the governance was worked out at the village level only. So here we had different kinds of distribution or the departments, okay. So first was the Sabha, second was the Samiti, Vidhata and Gana, okay. Now what was the Sabha? Sabha was the group of elders sitting together and giving the decisions out, okay. And the second was the Samiti. Samiti was a group of local people, okay. Now the Sabha was only for the elder people, okay. Sabha was only for the elder people, group of elder people, okay. When the group of elder people from the villages came, they decided on the major of the decisions, okay. Samiti was the group of local people, local young people as well as non-young people, okay. After that it was Vidhata. Now Vidhata constituted of the workers and other local people, okay. And Gana were from the gram laborers, okay. So women had majorly participated in the sabhas and the vidhatas, okay. So woman participation we'll see during this period, okay. So you can analyze that the woman condition was much more better during the Rigvedic or the early Vedic period, okay. Now this early Vedic period had the parliamentary kind of system but in the different way, okay. What I mean to say is, I'm not talking about any kind of reservation, okay. You might be thinking ki in present date, okay, we are debating about the women's participation in the parliament. At present India is having 12% of participation, which is quite low. But if we see during that period, the women in the decision making process were widely available, okay, in their decision making sabhas, okay, the sabha, the eldermost sabhas, okay, and the vidhata. So whatever decisions were used to take during this period, okay, in this samitis and sabha, okay, majorly in samiti, okay, this samiti, the military and the religious decisions were taken in the samiti, the local level, okay. So that is why this samiti consisted of the local clans or the local villages. Now in villages I have explained you that there were clans or majorly 1 to 2 families which had the huge number, right. So Samiti had the powers to decide on the military and the religious decisions, okay. So here the women were not present, but there are evidences that women were present in the Sabha and Vidhata, okay. After that they also followed the tribal council. Can you imagine that there were different rules and regulations for the tribal people, okay. So there were different tribal councils which we at present follow, okay, after the independence, okay. Now women attended sabhas and samiti and there is no evidence of standing army. there is no evidence of the standing arguing. Whatever evidence we get from the Rigvedic period, we get it either from the potteries or either we get it from the literature sources. Fine.